we're back on the project. James here is helping me. Been a while since he's been here. First thing we wanted to do today was just check and make sure that the frame mounts and the body mounts were in the right spot. Pretty sure the frame was from the measurements we took, but we needed to I want to double check frame to body. So here's what we did. So that's the new body brace. So what we did was we put a bolt in it, okay, hanging down. And if you look in the front, from the front body mount, we put a bolt in that hole. And then we did the same thing on the other sides. So then we took measurements from this bolt up and across, back down, and then we took a diagonal this way. So then we went over to the frame and we kind of took the same measurements. You can see we're going from hole to hole here, and then we did a diagonal to here and did the same thing with the other holes. And basically, with the play that's in the holes, we are pretty much, so with that out of the way, it is time to start cleaning some of this stuff up. James is going to work on the frame, and I'm going to work on the underside of the body. How's it going there, James?
Good.
Let's see what you got here. Oh, it's looking good, man. Wow. You haven't done the hard part yet, though, have you?
No.
Which is the underside. James organizes my tools for me. Let's go check out the work you did here. Alright, it's getting there. It's getting there. We'll get as far as we can with the back axle and suspension on and stuff, and then we'll take that off and get it the rest of the way. James is doing the frame out in the driveway. I'm working on the underside of the car. Really kind of hard to see, but cleaning up all those areas that the frame is on top of, and then we'll paint all those up too. So the next step is to start taking off the rear suspension and get the axle and stuff out of the way. My battery ran out and I was pushing daylight, so I just kept going. Anyhow, the rear axle is off, and all the trailing arms and everything, the control arms I mean, everything's off the frame. So I'm going to clean up those areas of the frame that I couldn't get at. All the repair is finally finished on the bottom of the body. The new pieces have been welded in, everything's been cleaned up. So I'm going to go over a little bit what I'm going to do for the bottom of the car. When I was cleaning everything up to repair the rust and the body mounts, I took away a lot of the caulk that was between the seams, like on the rocker panel underneath here, and where all the sheet metal came together. So my first step I'm going to do is I'm going to re-caulk those to make sure they get sealed up. So what I'm using is this product here. It's a high solid seam sealer for bodies from Eastwood. You guys have seen me use the Eastwood. You guys have seen me use the Eastwood product before. I really like it a lot. Again, not the most economical, but the stuff's pretty spot on. After that, any place that's rusty, I'm going to then hit it with POR 15, POR 15. This stuff's really good. I've used it before. It neutralizes the rust, so you can kind of paint over it. So basically all the rust has been cleaned up to a point where it's not scaly, and it's all still pretty solid. After that, then I'll use Eastwood Chassis Black, which is sort of a satin finish looking black, and this is like a high content solid. I've used this before. It's really good. It's really durable, and you can paint right over the 415. And then just to finish it off, the rear wheel wells here, up in there, I've cleaned all those out, and then I'm going to hit those, since they're kind of textured, with Eastwood rubberized undercoating. Just kind of spray bomb them. So all these guys will be brushed on. Again, it's the bottom of the car. It should be fine. And I'm not trying to make a show car, but I do want it to look nice since I've had it this far apart. So let's get started with the caulk. To make the caulk come out nice, because otherwise you'll have kind of a bead there, and that stuff doesn't spread real easy. A little trick I learned a while back: get some lacquer thinner, and just wear some rubber gloves, some standard old rubber gloves. And once you put the caulk on the seams, then smooth it out with essentially the rubber gloves when you've got the lacquer thinner on the gloves. It'll smooth. So this is the inside of the rocker panel. So the outside of the car is right here, driver's side. So it's all these seams here. You can see right along here. All that needs to be sealed up. I've got some in the back. So I laid a bead along there. As you can see, it's kind of ugly looking. Now let me try the trick with the lacquer thinner. So I got lacquer thinner on my finger now, and I can just smooth that stuff right. But that lacquer thinner works really good. Just put a dab of it on your finger with the rubber glove, and you can just smooth this out really nice. The glove doesn't stick. So around the wheel well where there's 2 or 3 pieces of steel that come together, I just caulk the heck out of that too. Blown it off, I'll hit it with some brake clean, and I'll take off any extra grease or anything, dirt, stuff that's been there. I love this stuff. So 2 cans of brake clean and about half a roll of paper towels, and we got her cleaned up. So it's ready for primer. Pour 15, just like it did on the bottom of the car, and then we'll be ready for the black. The caulk said you could paint in 30 minutes after you put it on, but boy, it would be pretty soft. So I let it dry overnight. All the pour 15 is on. This is the driver's side, and you can see all the small little spots that I painted up also. There's the passenger side, and here's the back. That's the driver's side wheel well, and you can see that it's all done all the way to the back. That was kind of bare metal, rusty metal. So the only thing left to do is start putting the black on. So the frame is basically all primed and ready for paint. The black is done on the frame. Came out okay for what I started with. That's that Eastwood chassis black satin finish. A couple places I need to touch up, but overall looks pretty good. A little tough to see, but the bottom black is all done. Ended up being stuff's hard to cover, but turned out okay. I don't think it'll win any Riddler awards, but much better than what it was. So pretty satisfied. Wheel wells are painted with the undercoating that I bought from Eastwood. So everything underneath the car is ready to go. The rear axle's in good shape. It was all rebuilt when I put the car together the first time. It's fine. I just wanted to paint it up and make it look a little bit nicer. So I cleaned it up, and I'm going to hit it with some of that chassis black so it looks nice.